Football 101 tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return.
Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. And we have seen a lot on the scoreboard here in this quarter. So sometimes you talk to me about tendency breakers on offense. These defenses struggling. Are there tendency breakers on defense?
All defensive coordinators keep something in their hip pocket for these types of situations. What can we do to slow down the onslaught? But the biggest thing is make sure these guys encourage each other, pick themselves up, because right now it's been a really tough ball game trying to stop these offenses.
Oh, it really has, especially as of late. Yeah, boy, and it's tough to bring him down that time. He surges forward. He's going to get a full 6 out of that. Second down.
Well, I think after that run, the defense is getting back in the huddle and looking at each other and maybe starting to question their confidence a bit. They gave up a significant run, 6 yards, and now you're saying to yourself, how do we stop them, and do I have enough confidence to make a play? They've been trying and trying, but they haven't sacked him yet. He's been able to get away and make plays. Tried to make another one downfield right there, but to no avail. They'll have to keep up the pursuit, though, and not let him get hot.
Here's Tannehill. And that is incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
They'll break the huddle here and go for it. This is 4th down. They're going to go. It's Tannehill. The open man is Smith. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 4th down, no problem. 19 yards that time, but now it's 1st and 10.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it. Sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
And he's going to get this inside the 30. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards. And we were down on the field watching Henry warm up before the game. He's a big man. No wonder he breaks those tackles.
And you remember what I told you when we were watching? It's not all pads. I mean, you get him out of pads and just see him in a regular suit or an outfit. He is a huge human being and a lot faster than what people know. And when he gets rolling, he's a lot to bring down.
Derrick Henry, the intended receiver, out of the backfield. And it's 2nd down.
You can tell they wanted to get that ball downfield, but they had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. Brought down. Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down. And here comes the 8th play of the drive, and they need a full 10 yards on 3rd down. They set up the screen for Henry. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. 13 yards is the pickup for Tennessee and a 1st down.
I love the drive they're working on here because they know they can take the lead with a touchdown. And so far on this drive, so good. They've moved the ball down the field with very little resistance defensively. But they better be prepared for some adjustments to come their way now.
And he is going to lose yardage here. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
When a draw works, it can be a thing of beauty. But when it doesn't, oh, it can be ugly. And in this case, loss of yardage ugly.
On 2nd and 12, Tannehill. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down. You and I watched film yesterday, and you told me to watch his feet. Well, for whatever reason, his footwork just looked off on that throw.
And you always love it when an ex-defensive back talks quarterback mechanics, right?
Well, but you're good at it.
Well, I try, all right? I don't know how good I am, but it doesn't take much to tell. His mechanics are off a little bit, exactly what you described. Footwork, that led to the incompletion. I think a lot of people ask the same question all the time. Why do we see so many slants in the red zone? Well, the windows are tighter. Everything's more condensed. It has to be quicker, and you've got to deliver the ball on time. Your biggest worry? Ball gets tipped in the air. Because if that happens, then it's fair game for the defense.
They'll get neither the touchdown nor the 1st down. And the Seahawks are going to take over the football. Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 from back at their own 10-yard line. And from the shotgun, he'll throw. And the catch is made here by Tyler Lockett. The 30. 10, 5, and all the way in. Touchdown, Seattle. Making a hat trick for Russell Wilson. 3 touchdown passes now. And the Seahawks find a way to stretch their lead. This offense, they were dynamic in the first half. The halftime break, that didn't slow them down at all. Big strike here in the third quarter.
It's almost as if they were saying, it's not just our skill in the first half is getting this done, it's confidence as well. And confidence has taken over this game in a big way. How about these strikes that we're seeing?
To kick off for Seattle.
And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. This will make it into the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
The Titans take over 1st and 10 at their own.
And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. And on the last drive, they were in field goal range. They just opted not to kick it, didn't get it. How does that change the mentality this go around?
I don't think it changes much for the head coach because this is what he preaches all the time. Attack at all times in any spot on the field, and he likes touchdowns, not field goals. Now, your field goal kicker, you got to make sure you nurse him through and say, okay, don't worry about it. When we need you, you got to be ready to go. And the team, of course, loves to see points on the board. So let's see if it changes a little bit if they're in the same spot again.
Yeah, we'll see what the decision is here if they get to that spot. And the result here the same as the last play. Another tackle behind the line of scrimmage by the Seahawk defense.
Well, if these guys are going to chop into that deficit, they're going to have to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
And the throw there going to be incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
Here's Brett Kern now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. We'll call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And it'll be Seahawk football 1st and 10.
At their own.
Seattle again getting ready to take over offensively. And last time the formula was pretty simple. 1-play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook, 1-play drive's exactly what you want on offense. What they have to be careful of is not having a letdown. It was real easy last time. They can't expect that going forward.
And we'll see if it's that easy here.
At their 49-yard line.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Wilson. And this a quick slant to Lockett. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the third quarter of action. Back now in Nashville. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. It's the Seahawks with the possession. They also have the lead here as we get set for the 4th and final quarter. And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. Greg Olsen was the intended target, but it's going to be 2nd down.
It's now 2nd and 10.
To throw again, Wilson. They'll lock it with a grab over the middle. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Russell Wilson now with 4 touchdown passes on the afternoon. And the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. They were still throwing with a comfortable lead here late, and now that lead even more comfortable.
And your first thought is there bad blood that went into this one ahead of time, that maybe they're seeking some revenge or they just don't like them? But the other thing that always hits me is, are they worried about playoff positioning, right? Are they worried about, do you need enough points in case there's a tiebreaker that comes into play later?
To kick off for Seattle.
And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. Takes this about 5 yards deep. And he will be brought out here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17.
Take over 1st and 10.
Here's Tennessee ready to begin this drive offensively. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right?
And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. Trey Flowers picks it. And a super return as he gets us all the way down inside the 25-yard line. Both defenses have had their struggles, but they've been good enough to get them this lead, and another nice play there to help preserve the lead.
It's been a game of punch-counter-punch, hasn't it? All throughout. But this time, the big swing was taken, and it didn't land. Nice play by them on defense.
And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up second down.
On the tackle.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
On the play. And it's third down.
On third down, Wilson. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Super Bowl 49 hero Malcolm Butler. And he returns it up just shy of the 20 to the 19-yard line. Oh, bad Seattle memories on that sequence. Russell Wilson intercepted again by Malcolm Butler.
And let's face it, when we went into this game, were we not wondering, could that happen again? Would we have to talk about this? Would Malcolm Butler...
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Shaquille Griffin with a pick. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line.
Okay, it's real simple to say from here, but we know that sometimes as a quarterback, you've got to know when to say when and just throw it away. Flushed out to the right, tries to make something out of nothing here, and he winds up floating one downfield that gets intercepted.
They'll start by running the option to the right. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A big-time gain there on the keeper, using his legs to hurt him. First down.
Well, I tell you, there is no antidote for speed, even at the quarterback position, as he keeps it himself and turns it into good yardage.
And it still takes time for a defender to react, even as quarterbacks carry the ball more and more in today's NFL. They're still a little bit in disbelief and realize, oh my goodness, he's running with the ball. He may be 8, 10, 12 yards downfield at that point.
18 more yards there and another first down. Well, he is certainly dangerous when he spots a lane, and he keeps it himself there and worked out well.
And how about the moving parts on a play like this? You know you have to practice it over and over because it's almost like a ballet that has to be choreographed. But how about once he made the decision to go, he committed to it and went. Let's face it, most teams are going to defend the running back much more than the quarterback on that type of a play.
Back at the 28-yard line.
Well, he's had success running the football in this one, and that's undeniable. But that time, the defense was on to it.
And, partner, I think the more you see a play like this, the more they're able to diagnose it quicker and easier for them to defend it. I think you have to dress it up a little bit and show maybe some different formations and looks. Well, they went back to him, but the results were similar, so I highly doubt that he'll get another opportunity here on 3rd and long.
3rd and long, it's Wilson. And almost intercepted. That would have been his 3rd pick in this game alone. Instead, 4th down.
I think someone's going to get into QB1s here when he gets to the sideline. Already thrown an interception. That one should have been picked. Look, let's just be honest about it. That would be the second person in his ear because he's hearing it in the huddle right now.
Not the start to the game he wanted. Like you said, the pick on the opening drive, second drive, not much better. Wow, 1st and goal, and defensively, all they can do is shake their heads. Not only did they allow the conversion, but a big play as well.
Let's go, let's go.
So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. They've got it 1st and goal in a game that appears to have already been decided. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal.
He gets it halfway there with that run. I think you play up-tempo, get right back on the line of scrimmage, and hammer at him again.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Carson. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line.
That's a nice example of good team defense right there. Ball was snapped at the 1-yard line. They knocked him back and caused a loss. But you notice they were trying to find any type of a gap to run through. Wasn't one available.
And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Touchdown. Taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Seahawks add on to their lead.
The Is it okay if I break one of our rules, partner, which is to never call a game over until it's over? Because this certainly feels like it's over after that drive.
Yeah, that was spirit-crushing, wasn't it? And now you just kind of felt the air go out of the balloon.
Yeah, they were fighting so hard to stay in there, and they knew they had to stop them on that drive. But when they were unable to, I think you're exactly right. You could see them sag on their sideline, and I think this one might just be over.
Taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. Derrick Henry and the rest of the Titans offense about ready to roll again.
So after that hot start, the numbers here show the decline. What has the defense done adjustment-wise?
Sometimes when you have a running back who's gotten off to a hot start, you've got to catch him before he really gets going. So you change what you do across the defense.
It got his man complete. And finally, he goes out of bounds right at the 35-yard line. The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll get it with just a shade under a minute to go in the game. On first down, Tannehill buying time to his left. He's going to let it fly. That's going to be caught. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. 33 yards that time.
First and goal at the 2-yard line.
Out of the gun, Tannehill steps away. He'll run it, and he will score. Touchdown, Titans. Taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Titans are able to close the gap just a bit. So now Tannehill leading his crew to the line to go for 2.
And yeah, that touchdown counts for their team, but I think it counts more for the fantasy guys, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's just something maybe positive to look at on film, but this one's over, let's be honest.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one.
So despite the huge deficit, they're going to keep fighting. Here comes the onside kick. And this one travels out of bounds, so unsuccessful there on the onside kick try. So they will accept the penalty and move forward.
Automatic first down.
Good starting field position here for the Seahawks as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. Here's Carson. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. Now Tennessee going to use the second of their timeouts as they get it with 16 seconds remaining on the clock. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. They run again with Carson. And this Tennessee defense for the second straight play gets him behind the line. They're not messing around. Now the Titans will use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop him with 13 seconds left to play. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. Wilson going to fake the give and keep it himself. And he'll take this one up close to about the 45. He'll get a couple of yards on the keeper, but it's going to lead to a 4th down. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up